A huge aloha shout out, Diamond Dust, my wife, right under, there's one right there behind me, a little tight for eggs. The consistency, you see them? Another banging video for you.
Hoʻomalu, Hana Hui A Maui. Aloha,
my ohana. It is your boy back with another aquatic adventure. Now, if you're new to the channel, let me be the first to give you a nice big warm aloha and welcome. On my channel, we talk about everything in the aquarium hobby. Also, I got to give a huge aloha shout out to Linwood Reed 932. Thank you so much for the super thanks. I really appreciate it. Also, Anodyne 724. I really appreciate the super thanks as well. And last but not least, I got to give a huge aloha shout out to my boy Gordon over at Aquarium Talk TV. Huge thanks, Gordon. I really appreciate you. And you know what, my ohana, go check out his YouTube channel. He's got fire content. I'm a fan, so if I'm a fan, consider being a fan. Go subscribe to my boy Gordon, Aquarium Talk TV. I really appreciate all the super thanks, my ohana. And just so you know, all of that money goes right back into the channel to create more content for all of you. Mahalo. And what can I say? We got another banging video for you guys today. Now behind me is my little mini DIY pond. And if you guys haven't seen the build or how I created this thing, I'll leave a card up above. Click that card, go check out the video. Matter of fact, there's two videos, so I'll leave another card up above too. Click those videos, go check out the making of the new mini pond. Anybody could make in their backyard. You don't really need much tools and not much money. That right there is about 82 gallons, but we have about 80 gallons worth of water. Little mini pond, we'll do a quick little update on that. And guess what? The most important news is my wife does not know it's still here. She doesn't watch my videos or my content, so it's easy to hide. It's in the far back corner behind my shed. So let's flip the camera around. Let me show you guys a quick little update if you're new to the channel on the new mini DIY pond. All right, so like I said, it's back here in the corner, kind of a little tight squeeze.
Tight like a tiger.
But here it is. It's doing great. Look at the water feature, the bamboo water feature waterfall. I absolutely love. And guess what it's powered by? It's powered by the sun. This solar panel right here by Papa Soap. Like I said, if you guys check out the video, you'll see this product. Absolutely love it, and it's connected to a pump that sits right under the little waterfall. Can't see the pump at all because of that water agitation. I think it's great. Adds aeration to the pond water, and we do have 4 tricolor Medaka. You can actually see them right there. There's one right there at the surface. I think I'm gonna turn this into a mini Medaka pond. Now we have some beautiful canna in here. This is going to be our filtration. So if you're wondering about filtration, yeah, this plant here is going to filter the water for the fish. This mini pond is actually perfect, and I think it's super ideal for Medaka. All right, now speaking of Medaka, if you have no idea what Medaka are, they're Japanese rice fish, super popular in Japan, and they're starting to make their way of popularity here in the US. I have my boy Jackson, the Medaka Lair. He's been breeding Medaka for almost 5 years now. I consider him the Medaka master when it comes to breeding Medaka. Now I have some of his famous Medaka here, and I'm going to show you guys some of them. And I also have a special surprise about my Medaka. Let me flip this camera on and show you what I got. All right, so here is my first little container of my Japanese rice fish, better known as Medaka. I have 3 different types of Medaka in here. I have Diamond Dust, which is this Medaka right here. As you can see, it might be hard to focus. It's got the little crystals or the diamond dust on top. A very, very beautiful Japanese rice fish. Then I also have the tricolor, which are these tricolor. You can see they look like tigers, black and red color. Those are called tricolors. And then I have Miyuki, which is almost like a solid blue, translucent, minus the diamond dust. It's just like a, yeah, like a powder blue Medaka. So the reason why I have these 3 varieties in here is I'm trying to make a new strand of Medaka. And so I have my breeding mops in here. I'll show you what the breeding mops look like. And they actually spawned. Yeah, there was a bunch of eggs, and I'll show you what I did with them. Now, right next to them, I transformed this little bucket, or AKA planter, into a beautiful little mini pond. Now, these all are tricolor Medaka from my boy Jackson over at the Medaka Lair. Beautiful, right? And when I was talking about the breeding mops, these are the breeding mops. Now, I haven't checked this one for eggs, I don't see any eggs. The eggs usually stand out. It's pretty obvious. Yeah, it looks like there's no eggs. So, which is fine. Trust me, that's fine. But these guys had a spawn or two, or maybe even three. But I wanted to show you and talk to you a little bit about the Medaka that I have. Now, some of you might be saying, oh, I don't like the way that they're sitting water. It's going to attract mosquitoes. These guys are mosquito assassins. They will annihilate anything that lands on the water. Gnats, little tiny insects, moths, and of course, the infamous mosquito. So don't worry about that. These guys are like mosquito control when it comes to that. Now, you're going to hear me talk about Jackson and Medaka a lot because he is considered a master breeder when it comes to Medaka. He also has his own Medaka food. This is called Beefy Breeder. It's a high protein breeding mix. Now, I emphasize the word breeding because I want to say this is like the love potion to make these bad boys breed. Now, his mix is super cool. I want to show you guys the consistency and why it's so cool. Okay, so first off, the consistency is really small, so they're able to eat the pellets very easily with their small little mouths. Their mouths are aimed for them to eat things off of the surface. Now, the cool thing about the consistency of this food is you can see how you can scrum it up like this, and you can make it super fine. It's a soft food, so you can even grind it up to small little, look at that, like dust if you want to, which makes it really good for little baby Medaka. All right, so now we're gonna get into some real Medaka taka 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 taka. Behind me, by the way, is my 8,500 gallon koi pond, Tiki Falls. Let me flip the camera around and show you guys the newest addition to the nest. Check it out. All right, so here is my little mini DIY, another DIY little pond bowl that I made out of a flower pot that I got at the Dollar General store. Now, this might ruffle some feathers. In my opinion, Medaka, Japanese rice fish, are the easiest fish to take care of, the most fun because they breed. They don't need much, very, very low maintenance. Like I showed you where my breeding project is, I don't even have any filtration. I just have some pond plants in there, no aeration, and they thrive. I do water changes, which is super simple on those little 5-gallon totes. But like I said, super easy to take care of. Now, you guys may not be able to see it on the camera, but I'm going to turn off the little aerator that I have in here. There's a reason why I have this aerator here. It's to help because these little breeding mops were full of Medaka eggs. Now, what I'm going to do, because this mini bowl is so small, it's probably 2.5-3 gallons of water, I'm going to grab it, we're going to take the aerator out, and we're going to stick it on the table and do some investigation in this little mini pond bowl. All right, my ohana, if you look really good, you'll see the little swimmers in there. You see them? I'll put a little circle around them right there. There's one there. There's a couple right there on the brim. You see them? Those are little baby Medaka. We had a successful batch of Medaka fry. This is the first of the season. I don't know how many there are in here. Maybe hundreds. I don't know. But you can see there's some really nice, healthy fry in here. And this little mini pond bowl, as I zoom out, has some breeding mops on there. I'm not sure. Let's see if there's any eggs. Now, these had eggs on it. I'm not sure if there's any eggs or if they all hatched. Let's see if there's any eggs on these breeding mops. You know what? There might be some on this one because this is the newest one that I had. Oh, yeah, there's still eggs on this one. You can see the egg down in there. And this, honestly, oh, there you go. There's a nice egg right there. So there's still eggs on this breeding mop here, but the eggs that were on these two, these are the older ones. They gave us some nice, look at there's a school of fry right there. They gave us some fry, so I am super excited. Medaka are just like koi fish. Right around spring, summer, they start to breed. And so I was talking to my boy Jackson, who is the master Medaka breeder. I was asking him how long does it take for the eggs to hatch. He said anywhere between 14 to 21 days. But if they're outside in warm weather, it could be as fast as a week. So that's pretty wild, right? Look at all the little Medaka. It's crazy. We're going to see these guys morph into a beautiful rice fish, which I'm hoping because they're hybrids. I don't know who was the female. I don't know who the males were, who fertilized what. So it's almost like a grab bag. We're just going to sit and wait and find out like what these beautiful baby Medaka are going to look like. Now, these breeding mops here are super important when it comes to breeding Medaka because it helps control the breeding. Meaning you take these breeding mops out, you stick them in a bucket, 5-gallon tote. This one here is like 3-gallon. And then you can actually throw an aerator in there, which helps. And I just kind of have a system. Whatever I'm doing is working. So if it's not broke, why try to fix it, right? So basically, I just take the breeding mop out of the adult Medaka that I have, and I put it in something like this, which is like 2.5–3 gallons. I throw an aerator in there, and lo and behold, I want to say within a week or so, we had baby Medaka. Those of you know that I've been doing the Medaka for a while, and this is my 2nd season. Now, this is the cool thing about my boy Jackson's food line, the Medaka Lair Beefy Breeder, is we can actually crumb it up in our fingers really fine to create a dust powder for the little baby Medaka to feast on. So that's what we're going to do right now. Let's see if we can maybe catch it on camera. So let me go ahead and grab a pinch of this between my thumb and my index finger, and we're going to go ahead and roll it up in a little ball and create some beefy breeder dust for these guys to feast. Man, every time I look at it, I see more and more fry. So I have some of the food in between my fingers here. I'm just going to go ahead and crush it because it's super soft, make it into like a little powder. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see. Yeah, you can see some of that dust. There you go. You can see it fall. See how it just disintegrates? It almost like it just disappears into the water. That's exactly how fine you want it to be. And that way the Medaka can feast on the little tiny crumbs. Oh, I think this one's eating. You can see that one right there. Oh, come on, don't lose its focus. Oh yeah, that one's definitely eating the small little micro crumbs. And it's just, look at them. Yep, they are eating it. You can see the food kind of floating in the water column. And gosh, there's more fry down there. But, oh, there you go. I'm sorry, I'm trying to focus. Yep. Oh yeah, the fry's eating. You see them eating? So that's what's so cool about my boy Jackson and his beefy breeder food. It's good for fry, it's good for adult Medaka. It's so versatile, and like I said, you can use it for other fish too, not just Medaka Japanese rice fish. So check it out, guys. I'm actually planning a drive up to Benicia, California, which is about almost 2 hours away. My boy Jackson lives there. He actually has created a new line of Medaka. We're also going to pick up some Medaka from him and add it to our new mini DIY 80-gallon pond in the far back corner. I think I'm going to transform that into a beautiful mini Medaka pond. So we have a koi fish pond and I have a Medaka pond. And I got some upgrades I want to do to the pond to kind of enhance the filtration, make it more natural without using electricity. That was the goal, is to try to do a whole pond that's self-sustained and low maintenance. I'm going to show you guys just a little snippet of what kind of Medaka he has at his lair. Check it out. Look how beautiful these are, right? I was trying to tell you guys, my boy Jackson is a master breeder. He has all different types of varieties, some that are imported from Japan. Expensive Medaka. This guy, I tell you, he is a wizard when it comes to breeding Medaka and the different types. He's so educated with the different types of Medaka and their names. So you can learn so much from Jackson. I can't wait to pay a visit. And Jackson, if you're watching this video, man, hey, be prepared, man. We're gonna shoot some content. We're gonna pick up some Medaka. We're gonna have some fun at the lair. Pretty amazing. We have Medaka fry, and I'm so curious to see what they're gonna look like, these special hybrids that I'm creating. It is Medaka season. It is koi season. It's a season of love. Everybody is breeding right now. So take care, my ohana. Hope you guys learned a little something about the Japanese rice fish, aka the Medaka, and I'll see you guys in that next video. Much love and aloha.
Hana Hui A Maui